Hi everyone. In this new podcast that me and Daryl is doing, we have a lot. Me and Daryl are first of all we are back, and we have a lot to talk about. And Daryl has some. Me and Daryl's got some things that he needs to talk about. And it's probably going to be questions for me to answer. And I have a lot to talk about as well, and I also have some lots of things to reveal, and a lot of true things I need to talk about. And will there be backstabbing? Is Daryl gonna backstab me and end the co-op gameplay for good? Is Alice gonna backstab me as well for after they find out the truth about what I've been after I reveal everything? Well, everyone, that's what we're here to find out on this brand new episode of Dragons and Darrell's podcast. And boy, what I have to say to y'all is everything y'all's gonna be hearing is gonna blow your socks off.
In 1972, a crack commando unit was sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade to the Los Angeles underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-Team.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker! Tree of life, and they moved us on to the path.
What you saying?
Can you dig it, sucker?
You know, you really do have a remarkable talent for fighting, Boo.
And did it, player level 8, hell yeah. See which one can make the cell. Hell yes! Hell yeah!
If I'm ever gonna respect myself, I have to do this.
Now he's time.
I got one key, but I was trying to get, we gotta get to that one place.
Oh, we got one key?
Yeah, come on here, follow me.
Yeah. Okay. Want me to shut it down now?
Turn it down.
Okay. Cut it down. All right.
All the way down.
All right. All right. Just did it.
YouTube and all of our subscribers, acknowledge us. Okay, everyone. Daryl has some things he needs to say, but before we get into his, okay, we're gonna save his for last, and we're here. We're gonna get into what we actually came here for, is to reveal a lot of things, the truth of what I've been doing, okay, and what could, like I said in the intro, and I know Daryl says he would not, and Alice said they would not trust him, but the truth is in the pudding, and we will find out. So all I can say is Daryl will not be playing any video games. He will be not playing anything in the background. We will be taking a few breaks here and there if he needs to help his son out, you know. Because everything I need to say, I need his full attention. I need him to hear me out, okay? And if I sound and Daryl, for warning, if you don't hear me at all, and if you don't hear me at all, then give me a few minutes. I'll have to change my battery out.
Okay.
And
keep staticking. Keep staticking.
Well, you're okay. I mean, you're okay on my end. I can hear you perfectly, but I'm a little staticky. That's because my controller is still fucked up. I ain't got no new one yet. But if it comes down to it, Daryl, to where I can't hardly hear you because it's screwing up, give me a few minutes. I'll unplug my mic from my controller and replug it back in.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So everyone, let's get to the very beginning of the story, and trust me when I say it's going to be a little long, okay? First of all, everyone, let me get it. First of all, everyone, let's go back, all the way back to where me and Daryl took our vacation, okay? My vacation just started, okay? So I know Daryl's going to be saying something in a second as soon as I say this, okay? Someone came to one of my videos of my Stone Cold Steve Austin impression, okay? And the thing of it is, I'm not going to tell y'all who it was because I don't know who it was, and they don't really need the attention that they deserve, okay?
Okay.
But they sit there and said, "Are you retarded or stupid?" And I didn't answer the question. I didn't give them a like. I didn't give them love. It was in the hold. Usually when people insult you, YouTube automatically puts it in the hold for me to and they keep it in for a month. So if I don't go in there and see it, YouTube removes it automatically. So I went in there and I saw that comment, and I was like, who the fuck is this guy? So he wants to answer. Am I retarded or am I just stupid? Which I replied, which I answered on that Jey Uso part impression. Yeah, I am fucking retarded, and I am fucking retarded and stupid. And I hate to say this, but the person who said that is permanently banned, and they're not coming back, and so they can't ever talk. So I want to give y'all everybody a fair warning. Daryl knows this too. If you come to my channel, I'm tired of being disrespected. I'm tired of my channel getting disrespected. I'm getting tired of my subscribers like Daryl Lumpkins getting disrespected. I am getting tired of Alice getting disrespected. I will not tolerate it.
There you go.
So therefore,
you gotta put your foot down, brother. Put your foot down.
Therefore, I'm telling you, anybody comes in the stream, and I don't care if it's in a stream chat or it's on demand, comes in here and being disrespected, being disrespectful or anything like that. I don't care if it's live on stream or on a channel. I don't care if you're subscribed to the channel or not. You can kiss your ass goodbye because you're not coming back on this channel ever again.
Go.
So, after I saw that, I went up and took care of the person, okay? And so I was moving on, and I was trying to think of things, you know. And my mom knew something was. My mom knew something was wrong with me. She knew something was up with me. She knew something was up. People kept telling her, even my neighbors, my friends, and my family was telling me there's something wrong with you. You're not yourself anymore, but you're not yourself. And even my friends even said you're not yourself. And I said, what are you talking about? My wife was right next to me. They said, bud, go home and get help. You need help. You need to get help. So I said, okay. I said, okay, fine. I was like, and so so I came home and I was doing some things, you know, and I realized I need serious help. I have to. They're right. I said, no, Daryl. Probably in all of February noticed. Probably know. I said no. I know Daryl probably noticed I needed some help. That I'm not myself, and he didn't. I know he didn't want to admit it. He didn't want to say nothing. But I knew Daryl knew something was up, and I was myself. The way I was talking and the way I was acting. So I said,
I knew something was wrong. Yeah, I knew something was wrong, but I just didn't say nothing. I knew something was wrong, but I didn't say nothing.
So I got on the phone and I called my nurse. I told her I need her, and I need her over here right now. She's okay, so she came over. She came over and we talked, and I told her I said I need a therapist, lady, and I need her right now. And she said, okay. She's like, I was like, I don't care how much it costs. I'll pay it. I'll pay the money. I don't care how much it costs. And she said, she's like, I got the perfect lady for you, bud. She's like, so I'm glad you said it. I'm glad you got a hold of me because you really need help bad. And she said, so she sit there and said, and she looked at the wall and she didn't say nothing. She looked at the wall and was like, had a look on her face like, yeah, he definitely needs help bad. So the nurse came, the therapy lady came over, and she spent time with me. We was talking, you know, and I told her about how I'm married, you know, and I got a kid, you know. And she said, well, okay, well, where's your wife and kid at now? I said they're gone right now, but they'll be back here in 5 minutes. And she said, okay. So we waited 5 minutes, and you know, we were sitting talking to her, you know, and she's like, so, hun, can I ask you a question? I said, yeah. She's like, you said your wife and your kid will be here in 5 minutes. I said, yeah. And she's like, where are they? I was like, they're right here. she's like, "Hun, there's nobody here but us." I said, "What are you talking about?" And she said, "Hun, there's nobody here but us. She said, just you and me." She said, "What? She said, what? Okay, what's going on?" She said, "What's going on? What? What?" She said, I see what's going on in here." I see what your nurse is talking about and everybody else is talking about. I'm glad I'm here because you desperately need help. And she's like, "What's going on? How did this happen? And what all started this? Start at the beginning." I said, "Okay." I said, "Well, I can start from back. How about I start back in August of last year?" She's like, "Sounds good. We don't want to go that far back." I said, "No." So I explained to her, and I told her about how she was showing me signs of her cheating on her husband, and everything, and she's like, "Oh my God." I said, "Yeah," and I said, and then October came, and then me and Daryl was doing GTA. We was doing co-op gameplay. I don't know what it was, game we was doing, but she got a hold of me, wanted me to get a hold of her, and I didn't do it until the next day. And then I sit there and when I got a hold of her the next day, I asked her. She said something about her husband passed away, and a black guy named Duke was right next to her. And I said, "Hun," I said, "where was you when this happened?" And she wouldn't answer it. So I said, "Hun, was you with your husband when this happened?" And she actually sat there and said, "No." She said, "No, I was with Duke." And I put two and two together that she wasn't even online at the time when this happened. So I knew she said, I said, "You don't have to go any further than that." She said, "Apparently this girl, she was supposed to be your fiance, cheated on her husband and doesn't give a damn about her husband whatsoever, and apparently doesn't give a damn about you, and so therefore she kept for 7 years she kept leading you on, saying that y'all gonna get together and get married and everything." I said, "Yes, but I wasn't alone. She even put Daryl in the middle of this too." I said, "We had Daryl. Me and Daryl had her in the party chat on PSN. We talked to her, and she's drunk 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, every year." And he heard how sweet and nice she really is, but I knew the real side of her, and he didn't. And when all of a sudden he heard me say what I said, he could not believe the words that was coming out. And I told Daryl, "She doesn't want me. She doesn't want me." And he kept saying, "No, she does want you, Dragon. She wants you." And even Duke said the same thing, And then all of a sudden, I just got November came. I just got fed up with it, and I made a video letting her know we're done. We're done. We're over with. I want nothing to do with you. You broke in our trust. I told her. I said, "Here's what she told me." She said, first, and she had texted me and said, "Who you want to be with, me or those games?" She said, "First of all, you don't say that to nobody."
No, you don't.
And she said, and then I sit there and told her, I said, and then I got on the phone with her and I jumped her butt over it, and she said, "I'm sorry." She said, "Look," she'll tell you what. She's like, "I'll do even better. Here's what we'll do. I'm gonna let you move in with me. I'll let you live with me to 3 to 4 months. And if it don't work out, you have to find another place to live." And I said, "No, I'm not. We're not doing that. We're not doing that because I got a nice place here, and I'm not losing over you. I'm not doing that, And then she's like, "No, it sounds like to me she only wants a guy for his money and a vehicle, and that's it."
That's it.
And
that's like a daughter.
so all of a sudden, after I got off the phone with her and found out she told me she's supposed to go to jail for a whole year for hoarding cats. She had $250 fine, and found out she only went to jail for 3 months, So I made a video last year letting her know that we're done. Yeah, we're done. I want nothing to do with you and all that stuff, So then February came. She came. I found out she lost her channel. She lost her channel. She still got her old channel, but she lost her password to it or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so then after that, after I got in doing that, I told her I won't go through the whole 9 yards with y'all with that, but I told her exactly what y'all know,
Mm-hmm.
And she said, okay. She said, so apparently she betrayed you, she backstabbed you, and she broke in your trust. And I said, yes. And she's like, okay. She's like, okay, so in your movement, you're wanting to move on with your life, right? And she's, yes, I'm moving on with my life. I was like, Daryl didn't believe me, but now he does because I spent so much money on that bitch, on that fucking whore last year, and Daryl could back me up on it. And she said, is this, and now this Daryl guy, is he what your wife is, or I said, no, he's a real. I said, no. I said, no. I said, I can get him in the park chat with you, and you talk to him if you want. She said, no. She no. She's like, no, I'm good. And she said, in fact, here's the thing. I pulled him up. I pulled you up on Xbox. I showed her,
Mm-hmm.
and she said, okay, so this guy is real. I said, yeah, he must have long subscriber. I've known him for almost 3 years now. She's like, dang. She's like, okay, well, it's a good thing you did, and so I'm glad you did. She's like, you need a, and she's like, and he's been with me this whole time through he's been through hell with me. Let's put it that way, And if I put him through hell through this whole time, I had to apologize to him for it, And she said, well, I understand you do owe him an apology and everybody else too. And she said, she's like, so y'all gonna be off this month? I said, yeah, we're taking a whole month off, and Daryl agreed to it. And I said, fine. Besides, I got things here I gotta take care of. I got paperwork I gotta do. I got the inspection I gotta do. I got the fire drill I gotta do. And she's okay. She said, no problem. We got the half of that done. And she said, and she was with me throughout the whole week, trying to get, and I'm not going to tell y'all what all we did because nobody's business, but I can tell you, she was working with me, trying to get me back to my old self again. She tried, and she played, and we got on GTA Online. I was trying to go online with it. Half the time she let me online, half the time she would not let me online. She was really strict. And she's like, and then when I was in the bathroom, she would text Daryl and let Daryl know what's going on and some things, Even she was even texting Alice, letting her know what's going on and things, And then Nightmare Queen Gaming. Hey there, Alice, welcome to the stream. So she talked to Alice, she talked to Daryl. And I was in the bathroom doing whatever, and I didn't, and then when I came back and she told me what she did, I said, okay, no worries. And she's like, she said, tell you what, sweetheart, she's like, let's go offline. I want you to go offline, and I want you to get on that GT Online and go in an invite only session, and I want you to play your game, She's like, I'm trying to get you back to I want to get you back to normal, like you're supposed to be. I said, okay. Hey, my besties. So she tried everything to get me back, it wouldn't work. It didn't work, So so the next week came. She said, okay, sweetheart. I said, yeah. She's like, I hope you, and I hope you don't mind me calling you sweetheart. I was like, I said, no. I'm okay with that. And she's like, I said, I said, my wife's okay with it too. And she's like, yeah, about that. And she's like, we got to talk. And she's like, listen. She said, sweetheart, you got to cut this off. You got to stop now. You have to stop. You're not married. There's nobody here. She's like, nobody's here. There's nobody here. You're not even, your kid, you said as a girl, is not even here. This don't even exist. You got to stop this, okay? Stop it now. She slapped me in the face and a few times. She said, stop this now. You know what? I tell you what. She said, I'm going to be back. And I said, I'll be back in a minute. I said, okay. So she took off somewhere. She came back. And I said, I said, oh, you back? And she said, yeah. She said, and I got something. I said, okay, what's that? She's like, I got 2 tickets. I said, 2 tickets for what? She's like, pack your clothes, pack your medicine, and take your Xbox. Pack your Xbox with you and your laptop. We're getting out of here. I've already talked to your landlord. And I've already talked to the landlord. I've already talked to your boss, because she's like, your boss even told me you didn't even tell me you had full-time and your part-time, full-time, whatever you call it. I said, yeah, I forgot to mention it too. And she said, yeah, he didn't fire you, thank God on that, but he did tell me that he did tell you to go home. You're not yourself. Go home and get some help, and don't come back until you're 100% better again. And she said, so that's what I'm doing. I talked to your boss, and he said he said don't worry about the pay. He's gonna still pay you while and I told him what I'm planning on doing for you. He said by all means, do it. Get him out of here. And she said there and also she said, wait a minute, and she said there and we look. She said there's another thing too. I want to look around. There's something in here missing. Missing, and also before we that's another thing too. I got to bring up before we actually took off. Okay, before we took off, she saw them paintings of Patricia's paintings. She said, sweetheart, who the hell did these? And where did they come from? I said, that's my ex. That's my ex-fiance's one, the backstabbing bitch who did this to me. Those belong to her. Those were she gave to me. She said, okay, this is the reason why you've been acting up like you're doing. I see. So I'm throwing them in the dumpster. I said, no, I can't do that. I can't let you do that. She said, why? I said, because if I do, I ain't got proof of what you did. I said, it's best for me to record on video of what I do with it. And she said, what are you going to do? So I'm going to shred them. She do it. So after I shredded them, and she seen the posters I did on the wall, she really likes them. She those away. Those paintings. I'm glad she before I got a hold of you, She said and told me. She said, I'm glad you got rid of those paintings and did what you did. And I know she's gonna be pissed when she sees that video. I said, I hope she does. I hope she unsubscribes my channel. So after that, she said, okay, and the neighbors asked me, and the neighbors sitting there talking to her and said, and she said, you going? You leaving? And said, yeah, we're leaving for a while. We'll be back. She said, where y'all going? And say, I have no idea where we're going. She didn't say. So we got into a plane, and as soon as we got in the plane, and a plane I've never ridden before, but she asked me, am I afraid of heights? I said, yes, I am, but I said, yes, I am, but I've been in a plane with my uncle. And she said, okay. She said, well, we're gonna get. She said, well, and she says, have a seat, buckle up, and just enjoy the ride. And whatever you do, she said, if you want to look out the window, you can. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. And as soon as we went airborne and up in the air, I passed out.
Damn.
I passed out and didn't know anything about what was doing or anything. And then I woke up, and then she woke me up, and we landed. And I said, "Where we at?" And I heard them sitting there. I heard them sitting there saying, "Welcome there, welcome so and so, and welcome everybody to New York City." I was like, the guy on the commercial says New York City.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "Yeah." I said, "What the heck are we doing here?" And she's like, "I'm not spoiling it. I'm not telling you what we're doing here. You'll find out. You'll find out the hard way." It's okay. So she booked us, and I found out she booked us a hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
And those son of bitches are not cheap either.
Oh, tell me.
So she got into a hotel room,
Mm-hmm.
and she got her room, and she got me a room by herself.
Okay.
Or one by herself and one by myself. That way people won't expect that we're fucking having sex, you know.
Yeah.
And which did happen later on, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so all of a sudden the next day she came into our room, and we were getting ready to go, you know, to go into town, eat breakfast, you know, do whatever she was wanting to do to get my mind back together, okay? So
Mm-hmm.
what we did, I did not know she knew anything about this. Have y'all ever seen a place where they do Comic Cons, gamings and stuff like that, where you can meet voice actors and stuff?
Mm-hmm. They do it down here.
Well, she took me to that place.
Oh.
She took me to that place, and we went in there, looked around and stuff, and, you know, chit-chatting, talking to people, you know, and had a great time. And next thing you know, she said, wait a minute, she said, "Sweetheart, let me ask you a question." She said, "I know you got two different voices, right?" She said, "Yeah. And you're to me, you're talented." You know, well, kind of am, because everybody else says I am. I said, "I don't think I am, though." And she said, "Well, you're giving yourself, you're not giving yourself credit that you needed." She's like, you like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, right? I said, "I'm a big fan of it." And that's why.
Mm.
She said, "Well, come with me."
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, I seen the guy, and I was like, "Wait a minute here."
Mm-hmm.
I said, you're not kidding me." I said, "No." I said, "You're not real, are you?" And all of a sudden, I touched him and found out it was the real him. The guy that played the voice of Goku.
Oh, really?
He was there, and I sat there and said, I said, "Well, I didn't think y'all was gonna be here. I didn't think you was gonna be here." And she said, "Oh yeah, we're here for a week, you know, and doing certain things, you know, but nobody knows about it, you know." I said, "Oh, okay." And I said, and she said, so she filled him in about what. And well, first of all, I'm a big fan of yours. He said, "Oh, seriously? So you're here for an autograph?" She's like, "No, actually, we're not here for that. We're not here for your autograph. But if you want to give him your autograph, you can. But he don't have the camera with him. We left his phones and stuff at his house, where he lives at. You know, we're not going to give his location out."
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "Okay, so no, we don't need that." And she said, but she filled him in about what's going on, what happened. And he's like, "Oh my God, you're kidding me." I said, "No." She didn't know his mind is fucked up right now because of her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here to help him out, and I need help. I need y'all's help. And she said, We got you. He's okay. So you can do voices, right? I said, yeah. I said, that's what she's telling me. I said, yes, I sure can. She's okay. She said, okay, I want you to do a voice for me. And I said, okay. Well, that's one of the voices I can do. One of the voices I call him Krillin. Seriously? I said, yeah. And I said, and it's okay. He said, okay, do a voice and do a line for me as you know, as you do best for me with Krillin's voice. I was like, okay. I said,
Hey, it's Goku. He's way up there. Hey, what's he doing?
and he's like, oh my god. Oh my gosh. He's like, you got the talent, man. What the heck? You sound just like one of our actors, and that does actually does the voice of Go Krillin. You know what? You want to meet him? I said, seriously? He's where? She's like, tell you what, you two come with me. I said, okay. And he said, before we go anywhere, I want you to do your only. What's your second voice? You said you have a second one. I said, yeah, sure do. I even got a weird laugh too. He's like, okay, before you do that laugh, do the other laugh. I said, okay. I said, well, give me some water so I can, so I won't ruin my throat. You know, he said, yeah, no problem. He did, and I said, go, Karen. I'll destroy you one day. Perfect. And he's like, oh my god. He said, okay. He said, well, do your lapping. And I said, okay. Hey, oh my gosh. You do okay. That guy that does that one, he's here too. So we're gonna take you to the first one first. That's okay. So he took me to Krillin. The guy that did the voice of Krillin. And he said, so he told me his name, you know, and he said, look, this guy, he filled him in about what's going on. He apologized to me for what happened, you know, and he said, we're here to help. So I said, okay. And so all of a sudden, he said, he said, you can do the voice of Krillin, right? I said, well, kinda. I guess that's what you call it. I mean, he actually said it, you know, and he's like, go ahead and do it. So I did it. I did it again. And he said, oh my god. He said, where did you learn this? I said, I've learned it ever since I was a kid. And oh my gosh, you're talented, man. We need to guide people like you. And he's showing the other one. So I showed him the other one. He's holy cow. And he said, what? He said, now do the laugh. And I did the laugh. He's like, you two. Me and him's gonna take you to the other guy. So I said, okay. So we did. We went to the other guy. And he goes off and he says, okay, this is the guy that I said, wait a minute, I know who you. I said, yeah, you're the guy that did the voice of Cell, right? He said, that's right. I said, go ahead. I said, tell you what, all three of you do your voices. So he did. The guy that did Goku did his voice. The guy that did Krillin did his voice. Then I had the guy to do the Cell. He did his voice.
DJ, pull me out the chair. He was calling me and pulled me out the chair.
But he goes on and said, now the guy that did the Cell is like, okay, now go ahead and do your voice. I said, okay. So I did my voice of Cell, right? And he said, oh my gosh, he's like, you guys, we gotta get him in the booth. We gotta get him in the booth. I got an idea for him. I said, okay. So they said, before we do, let's get him to the other guy. So I actually got to meet Margin, but the guy that did the voice of Margin Boo. I actually did. I actually met the guy that did the voice of Martin Booth.
Oh, really?
And I told him to go ahead and do your voice of Martin Booth. And he said, he said, what do you? He said, I can't do his voice, but he said, what do you like? What do you want to be turned into? Chocolate or marshmallows? You know, I was like, oh my gosh. So I was like, he's like, go ahead and agree to do your voice and do yours. I was like, okay. I said, and do my laugh. He started doing his laughing too. He's like, I like him. He's funny. And he's my best friend now. He's like, he's Bill gets a hold of you now destroy them. And like,
Wow.
I'm like, oh cool, and I like this. And this is awesome, you know. And they said, you know what? No, you remember that booth I told you about? I said, yeah. I said, yeah, what about it? And he said,
Yeah.
we know that you need, we can tell by the way your voice talks and the way you're talking right now. You need help. We're here to help you. Here's what we're gonna do. I said, okay, what you gonna do? We're gonna get you into a booth. We're gonna have you do into a Super Saiyan 3. I said, are you kidding me? I've been wanting to do this for a long time now. And he said, well, we're going to take you there. We're going to take you there. So they took me in. We left that building, and they had a special place there for us to do it, you know. And he said, okay, here's a room. It's quiet. It's black. You can't hardly see nothing. And and they showed me the monitors. They showed me the mic. They showed me the light looked like light from Minecraft. You know, sit on the floor. You know. They said now we can we're gonna record you everything you say and we can see what you're doing. Okay, so if you pass out, we'll come and get you out of there and give you some air and give you some water. Okay, I was okay. And he said because you won't, and don't be shy or anything or embarrassed, because the guy that played the voice of Goku did the same thing. He said, "Yep, I did. I did Super Saiyan 3 and I passed out." and I kind of overdid it. So I said, okay. So I sit there, and they shut the door. They didn't lock it, but they shut the door. And he said, and I said, what do you want me to say? He said, if you have to, go ahead and say the lines. I said, okay. I said, and here's what I told him. I said, we're going to start off with the basics. First of all, this is your normal state. And now here I say, this is known as, this is the second state known as Super Saiyan. This is extended past the Super Saiyan, or you can just call this Super Saiyan 2. And then I was hearing their voice acting. You know, they're actually in there doing their voice acting. You know, to have me going. You know, and I said, trust me. And all of a sudden, I was just waiting, and all of a sudden I heard the guy played Krillin's voice doing it. You know, and all the mothers. You know, and I said. And this, and I heard, and that's when Master Roshi was going, and I said, yes, to go even further beyond, and I just let the son of a bitch rip. I just let it go, and I didn't even stop. They didn't even stop. They didn't try to stop me, tell me to stop or nothing. I just let it all out until I didn't have nothing left.
Wow.
And after I did, I woke up, I passed out. Apparently I passed out, and they recorded the whole thing, you know, and they got me out of there, and so they gave me some air so I could breathe, you know, and they gave me some water, and he said, you okay? I said, yeah. I said, I'm fine. He said, how you feel? I said, I'm feeling a lot better than what I did, you know. I said, he said, But I said, and she said, yeah, but he's still not normal back to his old self again. So like, yeah, we know. So we're still working on it, you know. And she said, he's like, tell you what, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do something, but we can't let you tell. But you gotta promise us you won't tell anybody. I said, okay. So they said, here's the part you can say. Okay, I said, okay, but the rest of it, you keep quiet and don't say anything. I thought, you got my word. So they told me, we're going to record your voice. We're going to give you lines to say with two different voices. And they're going to be either from a movie, a TV show, or a game. It's all involved in a Dragon Ball or one of the Dragon Ball series, any Dragon Ball series we have. We're gonna and that we might make your voice may be heard into it, but they're never gonna know about this because we're using those voices that you just did. I said okay. So so they said, go ahead and go back to your hotel. And they said, wait a minute. She said, wait a minute, about your hotel. And I said, yeah. She said, and they said, we almost forgot. What hotel are you staying in? We told them we were staying at, and he said, well, can y'all come back tomorrow? Because that we can do this. And I said, well, she said, well, we can't because we have to go back. We got to go go back home tomorrow because I can't afford that hotel. He said, y'all's not going nowhere. Y'all gonna stay for a couple of weeks. If you want help, we're gonna help you. And she said, we're gonna help you. We're gonna pay for your hotel room.
Oh, wow.
You don't have to worry about food or nothing. We'll take care of all of it. And I said,
wow.
I said, okay, so. He said, and I said, promise from here. I told him, I said, from there on out, I can't say what we all did, but we had a great time, you know, and they realized my therapist lady realized I was coming back to my old self again.
Oh, okay.
I was coming back to my old self again, and then all of a sudden, right in the middle of it, okay. When we was in the hotel room and we was getting ready, to go back and do more video, more of that voice acting, right? And the problem is, but they even said they offered pay me money to do this too, and I told them I don't want it. I said, I'm here. I told them I'm here for. I said, I don't want your money. Take that money and do whatever you need to. Put it on movies, games, whatever, you know. And it's okay. We appreciate it. I say, I'm a YouTuber. I do my entertaining for my YouTube channel. My co-op gameplay, my single gameplay is for fun. I don't get paid for it. And he's like, okay. I said, so if I do that for free, I can do this for free. It's okay, no problem. So, got back in the hotel. The next day came. My therapist lady came in and she said, "Sweetheart, you have a phone call on your mom." She had a phone call, and I said, "Okay, who is it?" She said, "It's your mom, and she's not happy." I said, "Oh, what's going on?" And my mom was panicking. I said, "Mom, calm down. What's going on?" And she said, "We've been hit."
Oh, Lord.
She said, "We've been hit." I said, "What do you mean been hit?" She said, "Where you at?" I said, we're at home right now. We're fine now, but we just been hit by a tornado.
Oh, wow.
I said, seriously? And she said, yeah, it's all over the news right now. She said, even that fucking slut got hit with it too.
Damn.
And I said, it knocked all the power out for 5 hours.
Wow.
And I said, "Do you need us to come home?" She said, "No, no." I know where you're at. Y'all still, I said, "Yeah, we're still there." She said, "Okay, to stay where you're at. You're safe." She said, "You'll be okay. You're okay there." She said, "Don't worry about us. We're okay. We're okay here." But we got hit by a tornado, and it did a lot of damage and stuff. So, and she sat there and said, "Well," and then all of a sudden they was hollering for me, and she like, "Okay, I hear them in the background hollering for you, so I'll let you go." And I was like, "Okay, mom," and I love you. I said, "I love you too." And she like, "You just have fun." I said, "Oh, I'm going." I said, "I am." I said, and she like, and by the way, I hear that I hear by the sound of your voice, you're back to your old self again. I said, "Yes, I am. I'm having a great time thanks to the therapist lady. She did good. She good. And so I'll talk to you later." And then after I got off the phone with her, we got done doing what we needed to do. Uh, we did all kinds of things, you know. And when we get ready to come back home, she had me hook my Xbox back up, and she had me get back online in GTA Online to play more of my game, you know, before we left, you know. And I did not know it, but before we left, or tried to leave, you know, because I was still playing, because I was still on my Xbox. We got a knock on the door,
Oh.
and I didn't know, but it's the guy that played the voice of Goku. I said, "What are you doing here?" And he said, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" He said, are y'all feeling late?" I was like, "Yeah, we're about to as soon as we get done packing everything up." "Okay, well, you're not leaving just yet." He said, he's a therapy lady. I want to ask you a question. She just, quote me if I'm wrong, but did I overhear you say, yeah, a few days ago that he was a gamer and that he plays video games?" And she said, "Yeah, why?" And she said, "Okay." And she said, "Hey," and she said, "Dragon, what are you playing right now?" I'm on GTA Online. He said, "Scoot over. Hand me the controls." I said, "Wait a minute, you're a gamer too?" He said, "Yes, I am. You're darn right I am." He's like, let's play a little bit of GTA together." I said, "Okay," so we did it for a little bit, you know. And he sit there and he looked at the time. He's okay. He said, "Well, I gotta go. I gotta get back to work." You know, I said, "Hey, no problem. I don't want you getting fired." He's like, "Me fired? Huh?" Yeah, that's a laugh. And he said, "Well, y'all have a great time." And be safe going home." I heard what's going on down there. He said, "It's madness now." I said, "Yeah." So we packed our things up. We got in the airplane, and we came back. We came back home, and we drove past the place where me and my brother used to live in years ago. Okay. It was a trailer parking lot. Okay, when we went past. Let's just say there ain't no parking lot, and there ain't no trailer parking lot there anymore.
Damn.
That tornado tore everything up. It was just clean. It was just cleaned out.
Hey.
It's all gone. I was like, "Well," I said, "I know who." I said, "Do you know who the people who own this place?" I said, "Yeah, used to be my teacher." She said, she said, "Oh, it was." I said, "Yeah." She said, "Well, they got what they deserved then." I said, "Yeah, for what they did to me when I was a kid." And so we got home. We unpacked everything, you know, getting everything taken care of, you know. And then next thing you know, I think it was last week. Yeah, it was last week before. Last week before I got a hold of Daryl. I got a hold of Daryl, and he told me I was feeling a lot better. I told him I was feeling a lot better. He said, "You sounded a lot better too," you know. And so I told him. I said, "Yeah," and Daryl asked me how my wife doing. I didn't want I couldn't face up to it and tell him the truth. I felt he was gonna double cross, he was gonna backstab me and hurt me, and hate me forever. I was like, I couldn't. So I stood there and said, well, you know what? I said the best thing to do is go ahead and just go along with it. Just go along with it for now until we do the podcast, and then I'll reveal everything. So then she said and said, you're not, no, you do know you're not really married, right? I said yes. I said yes. Yes, I'm not married. I said I'm not married. I don't have a wife and I don't have kids. And I said thanks to that fucking bitch. I said she's the one that did that to me. And she said, well, and I said, and then all of a sudden we looked at the radar and it says another severe thunderstorm warning is coming. I was oh shit, and so I looked and it said, and I think it was on a Sunday, last Sunday it was last Sunday when they did it. So then. And it wasn't a tornado. We just got a bad thunderstorm out of it. Severe weather, and that was it. So then what I done is well, after all that happened, we talked to Daryl. I finally got him in the stream chat and party chat with me, and Daryl could back me up on this. Daryl told me. He said, I told him first of all, I told Daryl I missed him. He said he missed me too. And he said, man, I regret, I totally regret agreeing with you on taking this long vacation this month. He said, man, I wish Dragon was home from New York right now. He's like, so I could talk him into for us coming back early, from vacation. And I told him, I said, well, well, first of all, I miss you too. I miss everybody else. And I said, I miss my gameplay. So I miss doing my gameplays, and I really want to come back too. And I said, me and my therapist lady is working on a video call. And I told him, I was going to call the title, We Are Back. But she said, how about this? Instead of saying we're back, how about changing it to, we're back, but things have changed. I said, that sounds good. That sounds a good ringtone. And then I told her, and here's the thing, and she didn't know anything about Patricia, about who she was, what she sounded like, or especially when she's drunk and all that, So I took her on my computer and I went on Red and Nature Roberts channel, showed her all the videos. She said, this woman sounds fucking drunk. I said, that's because she is. She ain't like this when she's all silvered up. She's a bitch. I can believe that. And then all of a sudden, I showed her the video where she had 2 black eyes and a bloody nose.
No, you should have showed her that motherfucker. That shit was funny.
I actually showed her that.
Oh, you showed it to her?
She busted a gut laughing. She said, what the fuck happened to her?
I was trying not to laugh that day when you showed it to me the first time. I was like, oh my God.
She's like, who the hell did this?
With Mike Tyson.
And this is what she says. And she sit there and heard what she said. She's like, oh, this bitch is lying. Oh my God, this bitch is lying. She's like, nope. She said, there is no woman can do shit like this. She said, and she told me, she said, I know who did this. I'm not going to say no names. I'm not going to mention no names of who the guy was, but I told her who. She said, I know, and she said who the guy was. And I said, could I mention it? And she said, I said, yep. Exactly. She said, it's the guy that she's cheating on you with. I said, yep, she is. It sure is. She acknowledged me laughing. I acknowledged you, girl. And so all of a sudden, she's seen the text message that Patricia sent me, telling me she loves me, this, that, blah, 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 and that things have changed. She's back on YouTube. And she said, "Bitch, please go to hell." She's like, she want me to ban her ass. I was like, let me do the honors. So I went off and banned her on site. I got rid of her, banned her. And then all of a sudden I went onto her old account and banned it as well. And she said, "There you go." She said, "Oh, wait a minute, you got her on Facebook too?" I said, "Yeah." So, but I already blocked her. And I already took her off my friends list. She gave me thumbs up. She said, "There you go. See, there you go. Now that's the normal dragon I know." She said, "That's the dragon that they're one." She said, "Hell yeah." She the old dragon is back. Hell yes. She's like my job is completed. It's done. My job is done. So I'm here. I'm gonna help you work on the video. I need you to get on Xbox and get 2 people on here right now to help you out. And I said, "Well, Zombie's online." So I said, "Okay." She said, "Well, get him on there," and we did. Got him in there and got his voice. And then all of a sudden, I got Darren. Later on, I got Darrell's voice in there and got him done. She said, "Okay." So now I want you to be creative. And she sat right next to me, and everything y'all heard, I did. I put it in there, and where it said we had the zombie saying "do it," and Daryl saying "do it," and I'd use my other voices saying "do it," and I was like, I want them all in one tag. So it did. It worked. And then she said, "Oh my God, this sounds so good." She said, hold on. She said, did you what? Oh, did you see me? Did you see our stream on WWE2K25? Yeah, I saw it. I even saw that in New York City when we was in the hotel. I saw your videos. I even gave you likes. And so me and her sitting there talking. Me and her was working on that videos. Getting them put together, getting them fixed. And I told her, I said, she said, and it was on the 30, and the last Monday came, and I said, "Okay, I need to do the final touches before tomorrow comes." She's like, "Okay, so well, I'm gonna try the best way I can to help you out, but today's my final day. I gotta go, and I gotta go back." I was like, "Okay, no problem." So she did, and then then all of a sudden I couldn't do what I needed to do. She came back on April 1st. I said, "Wait a minute, what are you doing back here? I ain't paying you. I ain't paying you extra." She said, "No, so I'm here. I'm here to help." You still working on the final touches? I said, "Yeah, I couldn't do it yesterday, but I'm having to do it today. I'm here to do it with you too." So she helped me. We got it fixed up, and my editor kind of screwed up on a few things, but it worked. It got working. I uploaded it to the channel, and I said, and she said, "Where Daryl?" I said, "I don't know about it." I said, I'm gonna go ahead and release it because people may think it's an April Fool's joke, which is not. And she started laughing. She said, "Yeah." I said, "I know." So she left, and after we got done doing that, she gave me a hug, and she said, how it's funny how somebody in the hotel thought me and you was fucking. I said, "Yeah." I said, they actually accused us of doing it until we show them proof. And she said, "Yeah." So that was the funny part. So that was the fun part. So we showed we didn't do that. And then we had in 2 separate rooms, and they couldn't say nothing. They had no words. They just turned around and walked off. What something like what fast like the WWE wrestling the new wrestling game called in Call of Duty 2K25? Oh, so there, and she's asking what you think about W2K25.
Oh, till I love it. Me and my son been doing matches all since the game out. Me and him love it. We've been doing matches all week. That's what I was doing with him. He had me do a match.
So
Love it.
the top, and so to end this drama shit, because me and Daryl, because what we're gonna do next, and Daryl, everyone, and Daryl, I'm gonna end this with this certain thing, and then we're gonna go right into the positive stuff, okay, about what Daryl wants to talk about, and what I want, and about some gaming stuff. I got news for. I got some good positive stuff for you, okay?
All right. You
So
want to go ahead and get started now?
no, let me go ahead and end this drama shit first.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So all I can say is this: the video of Stone Cold Steve Austin. I listened to it myself when I played it back, and there was some things that actually was cut, and the mic actually cut out. Okay, out of my control. So all I can say is Patricia, she backstabbed me in the back last year. She broke in our trust.
Yep.
She what they call, I forgot what they. I feel like I was betrayed.
Mm-hmm.
She betrayed
All of that.
She betrayed me.
Yeah.
Most importantly, she will never. She chose a black guy over me. I'm not gonna say his name.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I will say she chose a black guy over me. She's known me her whole life, but she's chosen some other guy over some black guy over me.
Yeah.
All I can tell you is this: she made a mistake doing that.
Mm-hmm.
There is no other guy who's going to treat her right.
Right.
There is no guy that's going to treat her with respect.
Yeah.
There's no other guy, smart guy, who knows all about electronics, who knows how to actually do their live streams, who knows how to do their editings, make intros and outros, and do the shit that I do. No smart guy out there like me out there at all.
That's true. That's exactly true.
And all I can say is this: you burnt your bridges with me. I am happy where I'm at now. Mm-hmm. I feel better about myself because all I can say is this, Daryl and Alice, since Alice is in the stream chat, at least I'm hoping she is. The truth be told, now the real question here is everybody's wanting to know. Alice, here's a question I got for you, okay? Now that you know the truth that I'm not married, I don't have a kid, are you going to backstab me in the back and never speak to me again? No, and then Daryl, I'll get to you in a second, okay, bud?
Yeah. All right.
I want her to type it in and let me know what she thinks, okay? If she's gonna backstab me or we're cool. If we're cool and we're besties for life, forever or for life, or however you want to put it, that's what I want to hear. I want to hear the truth. I want to hear her truth. And also, because while I'm waiting on her, I want to hear Daryl as well. So Daryl, the question I got, and everybody's everybody's gonna be asking this question too, and I want you to answer this right now, okay?
All right.
Daryl,
I'm not mad at you.
I love you. I love you as a brother, as a best friend.
Yeah.
And I'm wishing that I met you before my best friend Danny passed away.
Right.
That way he can get to knowing you too.
Right.
And all I gotta say is this.
Mm-hmm.
Are you now before you answer this?
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna backstab me in the back, and are you going to end the co-op gameplay?
No, Dragon. What happened? What happened? You know, I thought it was the truth. Until you just not display that you don't have a kid, you don't have a wife. I'm like, oh man, this boy here been playing games with me all the time. I took it as a joke. That's all. I took it as a joke. I took it as a joke.
Well, truth be told, I had I talked after I talked to my therapist lady. She told me she told me that she knew it was killing me. She knew it was killing me of lying to people about me being married or having a kid. You know. Hold on. She said, "Oh, that's Zombie. Hi, hey there, Zombie. Welcome to the stream." And she said, hi, guys. I am doing okay, and I've been working." Okay, well, that's not Alice though. Somebody, that's her sister, I think. Yeah, it's her sister. Okay, hey, girl, welcome to the stream. But so seriously, there you're. So again, for the final time, okay. Yeah. So, like I told you, like I said, it was killing me. Knowing I was telling y'all I was married, I had a kid, you know, and all this time, you know, and I want to tell y'all now, I know, all I can say is this, all this time, I've been lying to y'all about me being married and everything, and Alice, and doing it with Alice too, you know. It was killing me, hurt me, and Alice, and when Alice kept telling me, asking me how's my wife doing, you know, and you know, it was hurting me, it was killing me. I think I lost I think I lost a subscriber over it. Her name was Carrie. She came to me on one night because I sit there, I sit there and said something on Facebook, and that's what it led to was me saying, well, about women don't want me, you know, this, that, you know.
Yeah.
And she thought, and she came back to me and hated all over me for it and said, "I thought you, so everything you have being happy, you know, is a lie." No, actually, I want to tell y'all the truth, okay? Don't think I'm not happy, okay? Just because I'm not married,
I know you're not.
and just because I ain't got a kid, that does not mean I am not happy. Right now, I feel good about myself. I feel good right now. I had all this fucking bullshit. Okay, what you call it? Bullshit. I had all kinds of bullshit in my stream, on my channel, all over it. You know, and it smelled like dog shit. And I got tired of it. I got tired of it smelling like this. You know, all the lies. You know, I got tired of it. And I didn't want to do it. So I got tired of it. So I said, you know what? I gotta clear the air. And once I get this shit cleared up, it's gonna smell way better in here now. That was my sister, Black Widow. Oh, okay. So Alice, since you're in the stream chat now, I don't know if you heard me a while ago or not, but now that you know the truth that I'm not married or I don't have a kid, the question here is, Daryl already answered the question, but the question here is, are you going to backstab me in the back? Are you going to leave my channel and never speak to me again? Or are you like Daryl? Are we cool? And we're still besties? Because like I said, I do thank Daryl for not backstabbing me in the back. You know, like Daryl said last month. Okay, excuse me, not last month, but February. Okay.
But Dragon, I need to stop you. I need to say something. You need to apologize to us, to me and to us. Just apologize. That's all we want. And apologize. Like you're sorry for doing that. You know, that's all. We'll feel better with the apology.
Well, that's what
like that.
That's what I was wanting to know from you. If you're gonna.
No, I forgive you. I forgive you a whole lot. But I'm just saying, it'll be a whole lot better on my heart, saying that you sorry for doing that, you were feeling guilty about yourself and stuff like
That,
that. And you
that's
very sorry.
what I'm saying this for.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just letting you know. That's the reason why I feel good about myself right now, because
Okay.
I'm telling the truth about everything, and therefore, for all the lies I said to you, Daryl, and all
Yeah.
and lies I
Right.
said to Alice, and
Right.
to all of my subscribers, including Terry, if she's still subscribed. I don't know if she still is or not, but and she will be watching this on demand. But if she is, if she still subscribed to my channel, I just want to also
Mm-hmm.
deeply apologize to Carrie as well for lying to each
Uh-huh.
and every one of you, even including Alice, and also most importantly, my co-op partner Daryl.
Mm-hmm.
And now Daryl. But seriously though,
Yeah.
the question I have for you though, now
Mm-hmm.
that I truly did apologize to you.
Right.
Now here's your chance. What I would like to know, and everybody else would like to know, is, do you
Mm-hmm.
accept my apology?
Yeah, I accept it. I really do.
Awesome.
I really
Now
do.
I'm not gonna hold you to that. I'm not gonna sit and say, Daryl, I'm putting a gun to your head. You gotta tell me. No, I won't do that. I'm not gonna say that.
No. Because like I say, if I was mad at you right now, me and you won't be having this podcast.
Like
Once
and
you
like.
told me that you lied to me and all that, if I didn't have you as a real friend, if I didn't show you that I was a real friend of yours, I would have said, man, you lied to me, man, bye, dude, and hung up with you. Real friends don't do that, Dragon. Real
Mm.
friends forgive.
See,
If you got a real friend, and which is I'm a real friend, we forgive. That's the only way you go to heaven, is to forgive. Forgive your enemies. If they forgive you, you know the thing about it. You never heard your mama say that. Forgive the one
mm,
that trespass against you. That's a real friend, Dragon. And I'm a real friend. You know? And like I said, if you would have told me and said, Darren, me and you would have went behind the scenes and said, Darren, I have a serious problem going on. Something's wrong with me. And I said, Dad, I would have said, Dragon, go get you some help, brother. I'm behind you. He said, I want to reveal something. I said, what? I've been lying to y'all about I had a girlfriend. And I was like, oh, man. I would have said, oh, man, I figured something was wrong, like that. And I would have said, Dragon, just get you some help, brother. I'm behind you.
now
You
you
want to take
see
another month off?
the reason why
I'm here for you.
the reason why I told you what I said said
Mm-hmm.
for saying it
Mm-hmm.
now on stream
Mm-hmm.
is because all this time we was on live on stream. I kept lying to you in front of the whole world. Hold on. Okay. Sorry, that was my controller. It died on me for a minute
Oh,
there.
okay.
Not
Yeah.
I gotta touch the controls.
I thought you had quit on me.
No, I gotta move the joystick. The controller,
Oh.
the controller. If I don't move the joystick, you know how if you don't
Uh-huh.
move the controller for very long, it dies on you. Daryl?
Huh? Say that?
Oh, yeah. And you know how when you don't move your controller around,
Yeah.
joystick around,
It'll go. Yeah.
it'll
Right.
the controller fall asleep on you.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's what just
that's what it
happened.
did. Oh.
It almost fell asleep on me.
Oh.
And it even showed on the screen saying controller almost can connect to your
Oh.
controller because it was falling asleep.
Oh.
But yeah, like you said, Daryl, in February, when I told you, I said wait, when you said that, I said something about her backstabbing me and back, and
Yeah.
you said Dragon, best friends don't back.
No.
What we got to say on the podcast? I was like, I'm afraid that you're gonna backstab me just like she did. And you said, and I quote, you sit there and said,
Real friends don't
Dragon,
do that.
we're best
That's
friends.
why.
Real
That's
best
why I
friends
said we
don't do
talk it
that.
out. You talk it out. If you won't hear what I got to say about you know, you lying and stuff, you don't want to hear me talk, then it's best to separate then. You see what I'm saying? That's why you talk it out. You talk it out, and you apologize, and I say, okay, I forgive you. But if you don't talk it out, you keep going on with it, and I see that you're lying, I'm gonna get mad at you and say, wait a minute, Dragon, I think you're lying now. You know, I'm gonna call you out, and if you get mad, then you just get mad. But that's what real friends would do. A real friend will tell you, he will call you out, and if you get mad, you just get mad. But I ain't gonna never leave your channel unless you tell me to leave the channel. You got to tell me, because this is your channel. I respect you for us being your, you know, you respect us for using your platform. You know, you as the chief. You're the chief, you know. And then if you say, Darrell, I don't want to do this anymore, I just don't want to do it anymore. I'm sorry, but I said, okay, that's fine. Well, and I'll be, you know.
Well, it's like I said, Darrell. I wanted to tell you the truth right now, because like I told you, like I told you before I apologized to you, it was killing me. It was eating me up.
I know.
And
that's why you said you needed some help.
And that's why when that day came when we was in the party a few weeks ago, and I was needing your help on voicing.
Yeah.
And then before we got off the in a party chat, you asked me, you said, Dragon, how do I doing? I said, how do I doing? You know, and I wouldn't. And when I said what I said, you knew something was up right there.
Right. I knew something was wrong then. I kept saying to myself, when I got off screen with you, I said, Dragon, he was telling a lie or something. Something ain't right. And I kept saying that to myself. I said, it'll reveal itself, because God gonna let it reveal itself. He gonna either come out with the truth, or either he gonna stick with his lie. One of the two.
Have been thinking. Go ahead and tell him the truth now. Go ahead and tell him the truth now. You know. But happen is like, well, we're not live on stream. We're not on a podcast, so I can't tell him the truth now, because I told him this whole thing live on stream in front of everybody. You know.
Right.
And if I want to reveal this to him and tell him the truth about everything, about me not being married or having a kid, I want the whole world to hear it.
Okay.
Well, before when I was going out with Patricia, I was seeing the girl. When I knew Patricia was going to do shit like that, you know, I was talking to a girl. I was.
Oh, okay.
But let's just say the girl really didn't want me, and that's when it led into that.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. It makes sense now. Makes sense.
Yeah, and that's now, Darrell. That's no lie. I'm not lying about that.
I believe you.
And in fact, yesterday when that day when was this Friday? It was Monday or Tuesday. I'm not sure what day it was. I think it was Monday. I had my mom to shave my head bald.
Oh, okay. You look good in that video though. I ain't gonna lie, I like that look. You look just like Stone Cold Steve Austin too, boy.
I told my mom that Patricia got hold of me, which she did, and saying that she loves me and this, that, you know, all this cockamamie bullshit she left on the comment in the video, on my video. And she said, son, please, and I'm gonna put some words in her mouth, because that's basically what she said. Motherfucker, please. She said, Dragon, she said, son, that girl does not love you. And I said, she even told me that we were still best friends. She said, ha! She said, best friends. She said, son, I'm gonna tell you something. If anybody's your best friend, is Darrell and Alex. Yeah. She said, they're your two best friends. She's like, they don't backstab you in the back.
No, we don't do that.
She's like, she's like, no, you can't call that best friend. She's not no best friend.
No.
She's in, and She done
All
Daryl
that
back.
shit she did? No.
She done at one, and she then and she you did tell Daryl about the truth, right? But Ryan said not yet, but I'm going to tomorrow. So, well, if you tell the truth and he backstab you, that means he's not your real friend. And that's exactly. But on what you were gonna have to do though is you're going to apologize to both of them. Well,
Yeah,
that's the
there
whole.
you go.
That's the whole
Yeah.
plan. That's the whole point. I said, besides that, Mom, you didn't raise me to be and to be a liar like this. She didn't know I
Right.
didn't. She no, son, I didn't raise you to be a liar like this.
Right.
And so Daryl, from the bottom, seriously, no, I'm being serious about this, okay?
All right.
And Alice, this goes for you too. From the bottom of my heart, and I'm taking this to my dad's grave and my uncle's grave, and and by the way,
Now you
this
serious.
really, this
Now
being
now
real
you know you
serious.
serious now. Yeah, you serious now.
I am sorry.
Okay.
Really,
It's
truly,
okay.
I'm
I forgive
sorry.
you. I really
And
forgive you.
that I lied to you and everybody else. I really am
Mm-hmm.
sorry. And thank you, Daryl, for giving me a second chance.
Yeah. Like I said, I let you do the talking, Dragon. When
No,
you tell me, Dale, you tired of doing co-op, I said, okay, well, we can stop. You know, I'm gonna say it just like that. We can stop. You know, because
no,
this is your channel.
now
This is your platform. You know.
as for that wedding ring.
Mm-hmm.
As for that wedding ring that I sent you a picture of that day.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Now I want to make this perfectly clear because I know you're gonna ask me later on about this too, and I want to
Yeah.
make this perfectly
I'm
clear.
glad you brought it up. I'm glad you brought it up.
The reason that you and everybody else going to think, well, if you're not really married, Dragon, then why the hell is that? Is that a real ring
Yeah,
or
right. I
is it
would
a
have
fake
said that.
ring?
That's exactly what I would have said. Yep.
Everyone, Daryl, to let y'all know, that is a real ring. That is a real wedding ring.
Oh wow.
I
Okay.
spent money on that.
Wow.
I done that last year.
Yeah.
The reason why I did that for,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a good damn reason for it. Hate me if you want to,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm telling the truth. The only
Alright.
reason why I did it bought that ring for, is because of my friends and my family, including my mother.
Okay.
My mother
Alright.
told me, you may not be married now,
Mm-hmm.
but it's best to go ahead and since you are looking for a girlfriend, and you almost had one, other than Patricia. And I said, yeah. She said, go out there and get your a wedding ring for mint. And I said, but I'm not married. She said, don't matter. Get it now. And that way, later on, when the time comes, you won't have to worry about buying one. You'll have one. And I said, okay.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
I said, okay, well, I'd go ahead and do that, Mom. And so that's why I went ahead and did it. Now, as for the laptop, that is.
Yeah.
My uncle, okay, my mom's brother, is the one who went off and bought me that last year for Christmas.
Oh, okay.
That's who bought that for. I was gonna buy it myself for $200 and something, but I was with him when and that's how I know how much it was, because I was with him, and I told him I was gonna buy that. I was gonna buy the laptop because I needed it for my gameplay
You talked about that. Yeah,
and our co-op gameplay, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "No, you're not buying it." He said, "I'm your uncle. I'm buying it for you."
Okay.
I said, I don't want you to buy it. I'll buy it myself because I don't want you to bitch at mom and complain to my mom and go to her. And he said no. So he went off and bought that laptop for me for Christmas last year.
Oh.
So, there you have it, everyone. The truth finally came out, and Daryl answered the question. Me and Daryl still best friends, and as Daryl said before, best friends don't backstab each other in the back. You know.
No.
I came clean. I had to come clean and tell Daryl the truth because it was hurting me. It was killing me. Oh, and by the way, and to be honest with you, Daryl, you remember that day when I told you I was talking to a woman at Walmart that was 22
Yeah, I
years
remember you
old?
told me that. Yeah.
That was flirting. Me and her was flirting back and forth. I told you my wife's
Yeah.
and my wife said this thing. Almost got mad about it, you know.
I remember that.
No, that wasn't a lie. Okay, I was actually talking to a woman at Walmart. And she was 22 years old. She was talking about tattoos and everything.
Mhm.
And me and her was, I don't know if she's got a boyfriend or a girlfriend. I don't know if she got, if she's married or seeing someone or what. But all I know is she was flirting with me. And me and her was flirting back and forth. We was going back and forth, you know. And I had to walk away. I'm wishing out. I was going to ask her out. Seriously, I was about to ask her out, but I know if I did, she would probably turn me down like all the other women has, and I wasn't about to take that risk.
Oh, okay.
So I walked away and went back to her a few days ago to see if I can see her, but I don't think she works at Walmart anymore. I think she got fired, or something happened. I don't know. But yeah, that was the truth on that. I was talking to her and. And when she talked to me like she did, and I asked her how old she was, she found out that she was 22 years old, and she was flirting with me like that, and let me know. Here's what Patricia did. Okay, Patricia made me think. Okay, Patricia made me think. There's no woman out there for me. There ain't no woman out there for me. Nobody gives a damn about me. Everybody hates my guts. You know, nobody wants me. You know, and this was going on for some time now until I saw that woman, and ever since then, on our vacation, Daryl, I have been having women to come to me and flirt with me almost every week.
Wow.
So here's what I'm saying. I'm not going to be looking. I've already had people telling me, stop looking for women. Don't you spent several years looking for a woman and they all turn you down, right? I said, yeah. He said, it's time to stop, Dragon. It's time to stop. That's what he mean.
Yeah.
Don't go after them. Let them come after you.
Yeah.
He said, you done everything you can, and they turned you down. Now, it's not your turn to let them come to you. If they want to go out with you, they'll ask you. Let them ask you out first. And he said, there's somebody out there for you, just like everybody. You know, he said, I don't care if you're fat, skinny, ugly, look like you came out of the dumpster. I don't care what you look like. There is a woman out there for you. I said, well, I agree. I believe it. You know, and he said, whatever you do not go on the websites because those websites are nothing but garbage. Even people on Facebook are garbage. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that shit either. So let's go into so now that that's over with, Daryl.
Yeah.
Now that that's over, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, now that that's over with, Daryl, and now we can definitely call ourselves the A team.
Right.
The A team is still going full force, and and my full focus, Daryl, okay, is our co-op gameplays and my single gameplays. And my channel, and my focus is on my channel. Okay. That's it. So let's go. And now, Daryl, now we got that over, the best shit over with. We got the crap over, and we're sweeping it down the floor. We're sweeping it into the ocean. Never be spoken of again. Okay.
Right. Okay.
So let's get into the positive stuff. So Daryl, I want my good,
Uh-huh.
sweet, honest buddy, my bro,
Alrighty.
my
So,
oos. I want you to start yours now before I start mine.
okay, you want me to start mine now?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, hold on. All right. All right. Man, did you see the Nintendo Switch thing today? Oh, you didn't see it?
I think I did. I think you've seen some parts of it, and somebody was live streaming it.
Man, I might, I might get it, boy. That damn Nintendo Switch gonna be 4K 60, 120 hertz. Holy shit!
I heard something like that.
Yeah, they done it, man. They really tore it up, boy. Everybody loved it. Everybody out watching their screen, they gave it 100. They ain't giving no 10 out of 10 or nothing like that. They gave it 100. They tell you, said Microsoft Sony, this is how you do a screen. Man, you should have heard the boy, man. What his name? The one that you Fighting Cowboy. I went to his screen. He said, man, he Fighting Cowboy even said that. He said that's how you do Nintendo rocking. Tyrone Magnus, Nintendo rocking. He said he gonna get it. Tyrone Magnus said he gonna get him a Switch too.
I'm gonna look at that.
I might end up getting a Switch too.
I'm gonna look at that video and see what it looks like. But I'm already hearing what it looks like and everything, and especially from you all as well.
Yeah.
And I got news for you.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to get some kind of Switch. I didn't know what it was.
Really? I did too. I never owned one. I never owned a Switch.
I've owned
Wii U, nothing.
I've owned a Nintendo Switch in the past before I moved into that.
Okay.
Before I moved into that apartment and the one that fell apart, you know.
Yeah.
Before my best friend passed away, I owned one then, but I took it back to GameStop and got my money back.
Oh, okay.
Because I played the games on it and I got bored of it, and I wanted to get back to PlayStation again.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, to be honest, I want since I got the money to do it, you know. When that console comes out, I'm gonna see about getting it.
Okay. Cause man, people having fun with that thing, boy.
Now, for the record, everyone, I
love
don't know if I can live stream it or record it, you know, because like I did before, because I think those videos I did on my channel before, I think they got removed.
Yeah, that's what happened.
But and Nintendo will not allow you to do that. Some people they will, but for me they won't let you do it. Even Nickelboy 53 got hold of Nintendo and whistled me out too. But yeah,
Yep.
so you go ahead, bud.
Okay, yeah, and after that, I said to myself, I said, golly, I might end up giving me one for this will be my first Nintendo Switch, you know. It might be my first. But other gaming, I just got what you call it, download now. Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm downloading that now. And that game Berserker, you need to get Berserker. If you don't get Assassin's Creed Shadows, get Berserker. Trust me, that game is hard. I'm gonna get that. That's a Souls game. It's a Souls game, man. That game ain't no joke, man. I was watching.
The first Berserker, I seen Tyrone Magnus play on PS5.
He raged quit. I don't know who this guy was watching, but I was watching his screen. He said, "Fuck it, I know, fuck it." Cut the screen by. He got it back, boy.
Well, guess what, Daryl?
Yeah, but
I'm already getting it.
You motherfucker, you.
I
gotta wait next month.
I
just got Assassin's Creed Shadows today. Now I gotta wait the next month to get my other game.
No, you don't understand, Daryl. That game, the Berserker game that you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm getting it next month.
Well, you getting it next month? Okay, that's what I'm getting it.
Because I can't afford it now because I got.
Yeah.
I'll tell you all in a minute why I can't get it right now.
Okay.
But you go ahead.
That's what I gotta get. Yeah. It was what day that was? I was thinking about you. I was watching one of your podcasts, not podcast, but one of your. Oh, by the way, let me pull that up right fast. This is part of my laughing at. Boy, hold on. Let me pull this up. Let me pull it up. Hold on.
You're not talking about the video I released yesterday, did you?
Yeah. Oh, man, I died laughing, boy. Woo! You had me laugh. I was crying. Hold on. Wait till I get to the part where. Come on. You two.
Yeah. Now I will say this, Daryl. If you want them to hear it, go ahead and let them hear it, because I don't care.
Okay. Boy, that shit was funny, boy. Oh, wait till I get to that part. Come on, damn it. I'm gonna go to your channel. Right underneath.
Alice, here's Alice. She said, best, hold on, just a minute, Daryl. Let me answer this, okay?
Okay.
Alice said, Bestie Dragon, I never going to do that to you. You know that, and you know you're my best friend. Thank you, girl. And by the way, everyone, I will not be calling Alice behind anymore, because she got a boyfriend, and I respect her, and she wanted me to call her Alice or girl, so I'm gonna call her Alice from here on out. So, Alice, I thank you for, I am sorry for what I said to you, girl. I'm sorry for lying to you, and thank you for for accepting it.
I'm home. And you know what? I don't give a shit what you think. You see this? You see what this is?
Dragon necklace. That's a badass necklace, that boy. That's a badass necklace. I want one so bad.
It means I'm a motherfucking dragon, so bitch. That's what it means. Yeah. Dragon Souls and Daryl Lumpkins is back, baby.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love it, boy. I love this part. I love this.
And you all may think that this is an April Fool's joke. I got 4 words for you. This ain't no April Fool's joke. We're back, baby. All I gotta say, and all I have to say to all my ooses out there is, oosh, play my music. Yeet.
I like that, boy, that when you did that. Boy, I like that. I like this boy got out. He don't even know what he created. God damn, I'm slopping all over my laptop. I'm slopping all over my laptop. I like this shit, boy.
Now see, guys, this is what I'm talking about. This is what Patricia screwed up. She could have had all this, and she fucked it all up.
All this fun, yeah. Yep, she sure did.
Like I said,
her could be in the chat right now, but she fucked it up.
I don't want nothing to do with her. I washed my hands of her. And this time, Daddy's not here to help to bring us back. By the way, May Jane's soul rest in peace.
How did you do this, Dragon? I can't do shit like this here.
It took me a couple of weeks for her to fix that up. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because we want to make, because like Zombie said, and by the way, I want to give a massive shout out to Daryl and Zombie for that.
You did this here, or you did it in New York?
No, me and her did it in New York.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And some people, I'm not going to mention no names, but some people helped us out as well.
Okay.
We was using their computer to do it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Before we left, I had to upload it to my channel so I can come back home and finish it up.
Okay, you got out with this for the real chief. Main event. Yeah, Dragon Soul. Hell, boy. When I seen, I said, special report. What the world this boy got up now? I clicked on it, I seen that. I said, oh, he got to talk about something. He hit me with this right here. I'm like, oh, shit. I said, Junior, come on. I told Junior to go look, Junior. Oh, yeah. I said, this Dragon Soul, hell, boy. Dragon Soul's in hell.
Okay.
That was, yeah.
So now, so that's all you had to say, right there?
Yes, that's it. That's all.
Okay. So now, Daryl, now and everybody, now that is my time. I have a special announcement to make. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna move over here to my desktop computer, and
Okay.
I got something that. Okay, everyone. Today is March. Today is March 17th. The pre-order is just came out to the early this morning, and as you see, I got it on my wish list when I did it this morning. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pre-order it. Flip action for the Xbox Series S, and yeah. If you want to know, we're going to be playing it soon. Find out on the podcast. Now, Daryl don't have to buy this game because when they're talking, if the person buys it, the other player, like Daryl, for example, gets to play it for free. Okay. So, with that said, let's go ahead and do it. So here you go. I got it. The Gods and Monsters, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Gods and Monsters. Left a comment on the video.
Okay. Okay.
Now I'm gonna read to y'all what it said. Okay. Now they can hear what I can say. Because I tested it out a few days ago. My computer's being slow, by the way. Updates. God damn! How long did I have to fuck away? A whole damn year? Okay, he said, "Hey pal, have you and Daryl ever thought of playing Dying Light together? I'd love to see you play the first one on hard mode together.
Oh, Jesus!
That would be awesome.
That's a challenge. Yeah, we. All right.
So
I gotta get it first.
So, the game is only $20, Daryl.
It is.
It's only $20.
Okay.
And so he challenged us to do Dying Light in hard mode.
Okay.
That
sounds good.
All I can say to him is, your wish is my command.
All right.
Your wish has been granted, because me and Daryl, we was sitting on doing it, but we didn't know if we was going to do it in easy mode, normal mode, easy mode, whatever. And God's Monsters challenged us to do it in the hard mode, so we're going to do it in the hard mode. Now, here's the question though: is when are we going to be doing that? Well, I'm about to answer that, Daryl.
Okay, go ahead.
I am here and pleased to announce, Daryl.
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
Starting starting next Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna and let me explain why I say next Monday, okay, everyone?
Okay.
We're about to get in this week, starting tonight. I'm not gonna be online until next Sunday.
Oh, okay.
We're getting. I'm not gonna say where I'm. We're not gonna say where I'm at.
Okay.
But we're getting hit with tornadoes.
Lord.
We're getting all this week from tonight, tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. We're getting hit with storms like tornadoes and shit.
Damn.
I mean,
Shit.
we're getting hit with the whole 9 yards. So, yeah.
Damn.
So they say it's supposed to be storming like this all until Saturday afternoon or Saturday night, something like that. I don't know, but it's supposed to do it all this week, and also so there won't be no co-op gameplay this Friday afternoon, everyone, because of the storms, but also because Daryl has got going to the doctors and get some things taken care of on that. So. Don't be expecting no co-op gameplay until next Monday afternoon. Okay?
Next week, yeah.
And as for that, and the reason why I'm saying this for everyone, because guess what? The first gameplay work me and Daryl's going to be bringing to the channel. Daryl, you sitting down for this?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sitting down for it.
Me and you, Daryl, are going to be playing Split Fiction.
All right, I gotta get that game then. I
Nope.
gotta get it.
Nope. Nope.
That's it.
You got it downloaded, right? And you got it installed, right?
Yeah, I got the demo. That's the demo though.
Don't worry about it.
That's the demo. Okay.
I done bought the game yesterday.
Oh, you bought it?
I spent $50 on that damn thing. I spent, actually, it was on a discount for $46, something like that. So I went off and went ahead and got me a $50 Xbox card yesterday, and I went off and got that game. I went and bought the game yesterday. Unfortunately, I can't play it by myself. I was going to do the intro stuff for it, but I can't. I got part of the intro, but the main intro I can't do because you had to have someone to play it with you.
Yeah, play it with you. Yep.
So therefore, I can. It says local, and the local means people who sit next to you, couch co-op. You know.
Right.
Online means I can send Darren an invite to, and he can, when he gets it, he can play with me for free.
Yeah, right. There you go.
And me and Darren will do this. And I heard the game is only 12 hours long.
Oh, it ain't that long.
It's not that long at all. It's only 12 hours long. I understand somebody talk.
Okay.
And after we get done doing that, Darren, we will jump into Dying Light, okay?
Okay. All right.
Now here's the thing.
That sounds good.
I have already bought Dying Light.
Oh, okay. You already got it.
I've already got Dying Light, and I've already got it installed right now.
Oh, okay.
All you had
the very first one, right?
Yeah, that's the very first one.
Dying Light 1, yeah. Okay.
So if you, so please tell me you got the money to get it sometime this week.
I'm gonna see. Hold on a minute. I should have it. Yeah. I got $40 in my wallet.
Okay. All you have to do is take $20 and do it. If you have to, Daryl, get two Xbox $10 Xbox card if you have to.
Okay.
That way you won't have to worry about getting or you can go ahead and do a $25 card, whichever. It doesn't matter. That's up to you. But get that card, get that game, so that way, and I want you when you get it, I want you during the daytime. I want you to send me an invite to the party chat saying, "Dragon, I got Dying Light."
Okay.
They'll let me know, and I'll say, "Okay, good." And then because I'm already working on an intro and I'm already trying to work on an intro and outro for Dying Light right now. So what we're gonna do is play fiction first, everyone. Get done with it, and here's also what we're gonna do, y'all. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be doing 10 videos for a single gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Once I get done doing that, me and Daryl is also going to be doing gameplays in 10 videos each. Okay.
Okay. All right.
If we're not done with Split Fiction before the 10 videos is up, I'm going to tell Daryl, say, okay, we're going to put it on hold for a while, we're going to take a little break for a while so I can get these videos fixed and upload to the channel, and then we can go back to the live streaming again. Because it's going to be too much on me, and it's going to be too much to handle for me. So I want to make sure we get this done. So here it is. Everyone, ladies and gentlemen, I got news for you. People are going to hate me for this. I know Daryl ain't, and I know Alice won't. But I'm going to get criticized for it. I'm going to get people to hate me for this. Okay? But after I get done playing and beating a Plague Tale, I'm going to start playing, doing a full full single gameplay of Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Okay.
Now, Fighting Cowboy's been doing it and playing that game. Everybody's been playing it, you know. Everybody's been getting criticized for it, you know. And even Fighting Cowboy's been getting hated on and getting criticized for it, you know. And here's the thing is, okay, they're saying that the girl kisses a girl. The guy kisses a guy.
Yeah.
You can't, I've seen scenes where you can do that, okay? But I've also seen scenes where your guy can kiss another girl. The girl can actually kiss another guy.
Oh.
It's the choices that you make that makes the character do what she or he does.
Oh, okay.
And they're saying, oh, this guy's a gay. Oh, this guy's gay. Oh my God, he's gay. Oh my God, this girl's a lesbian. Oh my God, she's a lesbian. It doesn't matter. It's because you chose that character to do that. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to tell y'all right now. Okay? Up front, right here. When I live streamed this game, Assassin's Creed Shadows, I played it for almost 20 minutes. Okay?
Oh, you did?
I played it when I played it before I went to New York.
Oh, okay.
And I fixed the intro and outro for it, so it's ready. And I'll be goddamned, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be goddamned if I don't care if you're on live stream or on demand. I hear any criticizing going on in my stream chat or on demand, you're not going to be on this channel very long. You're going to be banned. I'll block your ass and you won't be coming back. And I know Daryl and Alice is respectful, and I know they're not going to do shit like that.
No, we don't do nothing like that.
I love them too. And them two my best friends. Them two, and even Daryl, even Mike, he's my best friend. And I know he wouldn't backstab me in the back either, you know. I love all three of you guys. I really do, you know. So, trying to think of anything else. Death Stranding, by the way. After I get done doing Assassin's Creed Shadows, I'm going to be doing a full gameplay of Death Stranding 1.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if I'm going to do the side shit. I'm going to try to skip it, but we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Okay.
But I do have I did. By the way, it was March 18th that I pre-ordered. March 18th. I did pre-order and paid off Death Stranding 2.
Oh wow. That's why I want my PlayStation back. That's what I want to play. That's one of the games I want to play.
Now, for those who are wondering, for those who are wondering what happened to Death Stranding intro and the trailer that I put in that video yesterday, it has wrestling songs in it. What happened? It was copyrighted, and YouTube partially blocked it at Russia, and I did not want nothing like that happening on my video of We Are Back, but things have changed. So, yeah, I don't know about you, Daryl, but I feel a lot better.
Okay, good.
I feel a lot better because I cleared the air with you and everybody else.
Yeah, there you go.
And I got and as I said before, I was smelling bullshit in my streams. I was smelling bullshit on my channel, and it wasn't y'all. It was me. And I had to clear. Had to get rid of that in bad odor. And it smells a lot better in the channel now. And I do thank Alice and Daryl for accepting my. I do accept their apology. Well, I do accept them. I do thank them for accepting my apologies. Y'all don't need to apologize to me. I don't.
Real friends apologize, right? You don't know that real friends apologize. If I wasn't a real friend, I'd just forget all about you. I said, this nigga lied to me. Bam, forget all about you. That's not a real friend. That's not a real friend. Real friends will stay by their friend. Real friends stay by their friend. When they going through something like what you going through, you stick with that person. You stick with him. He going through something. Stick with that person.
Like Alice said, and like Daryl said before, like Alice and Daryl both said, I went through hell last year.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why that happened. Like I said, is because of that. And I got to where she over pushed me. She overdid it with me. What she did, and it made me do that. You know. And now that I cleared the air, I feel a lot better. You know, I do.
Good.
I feel a lot better.
Stuff like that will make you do stuff like that, crazy stuff like that, though. It will.
Yes.
I done seen it do it to somebody else.
That's why I say when you ask me, Daryl, if she wants me back, will I take her back? The hell with her. That girl can burn in hell, as far as I'm concerned.
God damn, now you admit that, boy. Good.
As far as I'm concerned, the tornado came by and ripped her a whole new asshole and destroyed her, I wouldn't care.
Damn, you for real then?
I don't care, and I don't know how many subscribers she's got now. I don't know how many videos she has. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't give a shit. Her channel, her new channel that she has now, can burn in hell.
Damn.
But yeah, that's really, that's gonna be. I think that's all we need. That we can talk about, y'all. I think I've said everything I needed to say about some positive things, you know, that's coming back. But yeah, everyone, the A team is back. We're staying strong as ever. Our co-op gameplays is not going to end. Is continuing.
There you go.
And you all wanted the old Dragon Souls to come back, and if you missed him. Well, everyone, here I am.
He's back.
And I'm trying to think of I'm trying to think of something to say before we end the stream, Daryl.
Okay.
So are you ready for this? The new one I'm gonna say.
Yeah, go ahead.
And this here what I'm going to say is only for this stream only, okay?
Alright.
I love it when the plan comes together.
You look great.
Not great.
We kicked some butt. Come on, admit it. We kicked some butt.
But if must, win.
Degenerate into something fool. We just got tired of doing what you told us to do. That's a brace, boy. Yeah, that's a brace, little man. Break it down. Degeneration up. Degeneration. You think you can tell me what to do? Know who you're talking to? Well, you better get used to the way the ball bounces. I see what you got, it measures in ounces. But that's a brace, boy. Yeah, that's a brace, little man. Break it down. Degeneration up. Degeneration. Think you're a big man? Treat you like you're a little man.
In 1972, a crack commando unit was sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade to the Los Angeles underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-Team.
You gotta say it twice. You don't gotta say it twice, but I'm gone. Oh shit.
The fuck was you aiming for?
I ain't lying. I'm like, whoa, I'm trying to. It's that big blue. Ain't that big blue rock right here?
Oh, wait a minute!
Oh shit.
One of y'all landed on top of me.
Damn, I need that gun you got.
Objective complete.
Damn, just that quick.
Yeah, 'cause we landed on top of it.
Damn, I'm dead.
Trust me, Daryl, this is not easy on Xbox. I know what he's gonna say too. I don't see nothing nobody we can summon, so we're on our own here. You ready?
Yeah. Oh shit. Damn, brother. Stay on the goddamn ground, dude. Oh, I'm dead already. God damn. He sliced me up like butter.
Seeker of the 7-star swords. Ah, fuck me. And she is new to YouTube and PlayStation. Hey, that's awesome. Shit. Now I gotta redo the whole thing again. I am going to send it to PSN because I don't want anyone to. Oh yeah, I agree with you on that.
Sucker! Sucker!
You may now subscribe.